Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's problem is path crossing. So let's read out the statement. We have given a string path where path I is equals NSEW. So we have given a string and it will only have these four characters. It will consist of these four characters, each representing moving one unit north, south, east or west respectively. So it means if n is coming, then you should move one unit into the north direction on a 2D plane. Or if it is s, then you will move in the south direction and so on. So you start at origin. Initially, we are at origin, that is 0, 0 on a 2D plane and walk on the path specified by the path. And we need to follow these instructions till the given length of string. Fine. Then return true if the path crosses itself at any point. So if we have come at a point which we have already passed, then it means the path is crossing and we need to return the true at that point. Otherwise, if it is not crossing anywhere and we are done with this string, then we should return false. So the question is pretty simple. Let's understand by one example. Okay, so this we have given this string as NES, and so we initially we are at origin. Initially we are at origin here at this point, and the first string is N. So the first string is N. N means this is the north direction. So we will move one unit into the north direction. So as we move one unit into the north direction, we can see that our y coordinate has got incremented by 1. So we need to keep this in mind that when moving to the north direction, we need to increment y. We need to increment y. So this will become our main logic while solving this. Fine. So then again, now we have got E, that is east. So from this point, now we need to move in the east direction. So east direction is this, and if we move there, then our x coordinate will get increased because we are moving linearly in this direction. So now, if we are moving in x east direction, then our x will get incremented. We will use these x and y in our final code approach as like this. And then we have got s. So uh, first we moved into the north direction, then we moved into the east direction, and currently we are at this point. Now we will move into the south direction. So when we will move to the south direction is here, and if we move to this direction, then we will come one unit down onto the x-axis. And what is happening here? Our y is getting decremented. So exactly opposite of this will happen. Our in south direction, our y will get decremented. Okay. And similarly, in the west direction, our x will get decremented. We have not given anything here. If there would be one more character w, if it is NESW, then we would have moved from this point to this point. And in the end, we have returned true because now we have touched the same point, previous point of the path. So in the west direction, let's write, we will do x minus minus. Fine. So we have got this. Now to solve this problem, we should have some track of these points at any given point while iterating over this string. So we should have some record. Fine. Suppose we were at 0 comma 0 initially, and at some point we again come back to 0 comma 0, then we should have this record that yes, we have crossed this point 0 comma 0 in the past. So we need to store these coordinates in some data structures. So we need to think of that data structure. Fine. So to solve this problem, we will use a hash map. Hash map how? We will use a hash map of integer. So we will our x coordinate will become the key of that hash map. Suppose like this 0 and 1 and 2 and so on. And to these keys, our values will be the corresponding y coordinate. So suppose at 0, when the x is 0, our y will be 1. So there will be one value with uh, x as the key. So I will write 1 when the value of y is 1. Yes, so it should be unique. We don't want, if we put suppose it is coming uh, again and again, like it is moving zigzag 0 comma 1 1 comma 1, then suppose 1 comma 2, then it will come back 0 comma 2. So then if we are recording, we are storing it like uh, that, then we will have to iterate over this record to get whether this coordinate has already passed or not. So we cannot use array here. If we use array, then we need to again uh, iterate over this. Suppose we are using array, then 1 2 3, and suppose we have a lot of records here, 10,000s of records here, or lakhs of records here, then it will be very difficult for us to reach there. Fine. So at any given point, currently we are at 1 comma 1 0 comma 1, then we should have the flexibility to check in this pair in uh, in constant time complexity, that is big O of 1 of time complexity. So how we can achieve that? By putting these values into the hash set. So we will this will be our set. So what is the property of set? Set gives us the values. If we try to find out the value, and we will have unique values in the set, and we will get back the value uh, directly. So we can check whether this value is there or not inside the set, because it is using hash value in the backend. So we can retrieve it in the constant time, that is big O of 1 time. We can retrieve value from the hash set. So this is some data structure knowledge for us. Okay, so now it is fine. We have decided that we are going to use the hash map, and the keys will be the x coordinates, that is integer, and value will be the corresponding y coordinates inside a hash set. That's it. Fine. So now let's get back to the code. Now let's start with the code. So as I told, let's use a map first. Let's create a map, and that map will have integer as key, and it will have hash set as uh, value. So that hash set will also be of integer. Fine. And let's close this, and I will name this as map only. and it will be a new hash map. Okay, so our map has now defined. Fine. So now I will put one thing here, that initially it is at 0 comma 0, so I need to manually put this point inside the map. So map dot put map dot put. So our x coordinate will be, that is 0 and comma, and that will be new has set. Okay, so I have kept new has set here. Now I will put 0 inside this has set. So I will get this map dot get, and I will get this by 0, and then I will put, or not put, let's just add, and add 0. Fine. So we have initially, now we have created a hash map with integer as key and hash set of integer as value, where we will be storing our y coordinates, and this is the x coordinate as the key. And we have started it by putting 0 comma 0 inside our this map. So now we will move forward into this path, and while moving forward into this path, I will keep on adding every coordinate as per the current situation inside this map, and simultaneously checking that whether this point has already occurred in the past. And if we have found that it is already being passed in the past, then we will return true in that case. Okay, so let's iterate over this string. It should be less than path dot length and I plus plus. Fine. Okay, now let's say this character ch equals path dot caret I. Okay, now we will have some conditions. So whether it can be if this character ch equals north, then what I'll do, then I will increment, as I told, I will increment y. Then I will say y plus plus, but we don't have any y here. So first we need to define 2 points here. There is one int x, and initially it is 0, and int y, and that was also initially 0. So it would be appropriate if I put this code from here to here, because everything is defined here. Fine. And after that, instead of putting 0 here, I should put x, and I should put y here. It will look a bit of dynamic. It will not look like hard coded. Fine. Now it is good. Okay, so I need to have 4 lines like this. One is north, then one is south, then one is east, and this one will be west. Okay. So when we'll be going into the south, then if this is north, then in the south, if in north is y plus plus, then in south it will be y minus minus, and in east it will be x plus plus, and in west it will be x minus minus. Okay. In the west it will be x minus minus, in the east it will be x plus plus. Fine. Now we have got our coordinate. So once we will suppose now we have come at this point n, and at n we have done this y plus plus. Now after doing this thing, like after identifying the character and in updating the coordinate, I need to check for this current coordinate that what is happening. So I'll check if this x is present inside this map or not. If this x is not present, then it is not possible that we have to check this has set. Right. So I'll check if map dot contains key. There is a method contains key inside the hash map, and I will put here mm, contains key, and I will say as x. Okay, contains key x. If it is true, then I will check and and map dot get x. I will get x. I will get the x, and uh, if my map has contained this has this key present, it means there is this x coordinate already exists inside this map. And after that, I need to check inside the hash set that whether this hash set has this value, whether this hash set has this value. Because if this map will only have the key when there will be some the value of y, because it cannot be present alone. Okay, because in the 2D system there is no single point. We cannot have a lonely point or a solo point. The points will be in the couple at least. So for this single x, if we have entry inside this map, then there should be some value in the uh, hash set. So we will check hash set also, that map dot contains. I will check for contains here, not get. I don't want it. Okay, sorry. Get x. So it will give me this map dot get x will give me the hash set, and I will check here contains. So this is the method for hash set contains y, and if there is y, then in this case we are sure that we have already visited this point in the past. Then only that's why these two conditions are getting fulfilled. There is an entry for this x coordinate in the map, and inside this hash set there is this hash set, that is map.getX. This is the hash set, and it has this y already present. So in this case we will return true. Oh, I should write return before it. Return true. Fine. Then I will put, if this is not the true, then there might be some other case that there might be this x present, but there might not be this y inside this hash set. So we need to add this y inside the hash set in this else if condition. So this else if condition will be when this map has this key, this map has this key, but this condition is not true. This condition is not true. So what we will be doing here, This is not true. So what we will do? We will uh, take this hash set and we will add y to it. Simple. And now there is the last condition when this key is not there. So there is no, this x is not there. So in this case, I have to put inside, so map dot put this x and put this new hash set, create a new hash set. Okay, create this new hash set. We are doing this same step again. So I can copy paste this. That's why writing this code sometimes gives us relief. I can get rid of this line and I can simply paste those lines. Done. Now I am done. I have uh, done everything here now. Okay, so fine. Now this should, if this is suppose this condition is never getting true, then our this entire code will run. This for loop entirely will run. This string will get over. Like in this case, it is not never coming back at this point. So this condition will never get true. This condition will never get true for this string. So strings like these. So for that, I need to write one more statement that is return false in the end, because if it is not true, then it should be and it must be false. Now let's run this code. It should work. Yes, and it has got accepted. And let's submit this. And it has got accepted. Fine. So I have already talked about the time complexity. The time complexity will be big O of n, because we are in the worst case, we have to iterate the entire length of this string. And the space complexity will be big O of n2, because we are using this map and we will have uh, entries inside this map. So our space complexity will be big O of n. And I hope you have understood this problem very fine. And if you like this video, then you should uh, share this with your friends, and you should put your valuable comments. And if you don't understand any part of this and any clarification is required, then do ask in the comment section. And keep learning, keep growing. And if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, then you should subscribe this, because that will motivate me to create more videos like these. And that's it. Keep learning, keep growing. All the best from my side. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye. Take care.